Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. Now in tonight's video, I did a tips and tricks video a couple days ago and I gave 5 tips on how to be a god at Black Ops 4. You guys absolutely love that, so I thought I'd do another one. This time we got 7 tips and these ones are going more in depth and are different from the other ones. We're going more advanced, more in depth, and you guys seem to love these Black Ops 4 tips and tricks videos. I've been loving this game. I think that I've been playing pretty good on this game so far, and I think that I kind of understand the playstyle that fits with this game because every Call of Duty is a different playstyle that works with it, but I think I'm starting to understand this game and how you basically have to play for 1v1 engagements, play around streaks, and we'll talk more about that later as far as my 7 different tips. If you guys could drop a like, you guys, the support has been amazing. Let's go for 2,000 likes. That would be absolutely amazing if we could hit that. You guys have been supporting me so much. It's been absolutely insane with dropping likes, subscribing, everything. I just really appreciate it. So let's go for 2,000. Subscribe if you guys are new. We're on that road for 900k and up and above to 1 million hopefully during Black Ops 4. Let's get into it. First tip. Now these tips range in, from some might be not too advanced, and these tips some of them you might already know, some of them might be just reminders, good habit reminders for you guys, and some of them might be brand new. It's all good. These are for all level of players, First tip is listen about guns. The game is brand new, right? The game's only been out for 10 days, and everyone, whenever a new game comes out, they'll find their gun that they like, and they'll just stick with it and abuse that gun over and over. And I'm guilty of that myself as well. My tip is listen to your friends, listen to YouTubers, listen to the community on Reddit, Twitter, wherever you guys like to, talk and hear opinions about Call of Duty. Listen to what other people have to say about weapons, because you may be missing out on a weapon. Just because you like to use the Vapor every single game, you might say, oh, I tried the ICR, it wasn't that good, but someone else might tell you, wait till you get grip 2 on the ICR, and then you test it out, and you're like, okay, this is super duper good. For example, me with the Maddox. I mean, I had used the Maddox, but I hadn't given it that full, couple hour play session yet, and everyone was talking about it to me in the comments. I started to use it, and yeah, I'm so glad that people recommended it to me, because that gun was absolutely amazing, and test every single gun. There's a lot of hidden gems in this game. I have some class setups coming up for some of the more secretive guns in this game, but definitely keep your ears open to what guns are good and bad, and give them all a fair chance. That's my first tip. Next is in objective modes. The spawns in this game work differently than they do in any other Call of Duty, and I really don't know why. I think part of the reason is because it's 5v5 and how the maps, just the flow of the small to medium sized maps, but the spawns basically almost never flip unless you have multiple tangos or multiple people in the enemy spawn. And my tip here for tip number 2 is do not try to push out spawns in objective game modes. In previous games, if we want to flip them over to A but they have C, we would just run into their spawns at C, one person, maybe 2 people, kill those players, and then the spawns would flip. It doesn't work like that in this game. You'll just catch yourself getting sort of reverse spawn trapped where they all spawn around you and you're too deep in the spawns. The best way to play is to guard the area between the objective they're trying to get and their spawn, so you sort of get them on the rush route, but going too deep in the spawns is not the way to play in this game, so do not try to push them out in objective game modes. In TDM and Kill Confirmed, spawns are a little bit looser and lighter, so you can push them out in those game modes, but definitely stay away from it in a game mode like Domination or Control, I would say. Next is tip number 3. Be creative with getting points for score streaks. Now, what I mean with this, and I'm saying these tips are a little bit more advanced, is score streaks are the key to this game. For example, say you're running the big 3. Say you're running something like an attack chopper, a thresher, and then a strike team. I need that attack chopper to get everything going, So once you get that, that will be up in the sky. That will be getting kills, more points for you. It also be distracting the enemies to allow you to get more gun kills. But you need to get that first streak to get everything rolling. So my tip to be creative is sometimes it's better to just wait for your specialist. If your specialist is 10 seconds away and you pop that, and for example, my specialist gives me like 100 points. Whenever I drop an ammo pack, it gives me 50 points. You can also get assists, which basically EKIA. Assists basically are equal to kills in this game, essentially. And there's multiple ways to get different score. Maybe you hop on an objective for just a second and be creative with it. Don't always try to go all out for kills. Sometimes it is better to just wait that extra second and then use your, time your specialist, or get creative with an objective of how you're going to earn your streaks. Whenever you're like 100 or 200 off that chopper, or off those top streaks, your only priority should be getting those. Even if the objective is right in front of you, unless you're about to lose the game right away, you should prioritize those streaks, because those streaks being up in the air will let you go ahead and take any objectives you want on most maps scot-free, because they'll be distracted by that, and of course you're getting killed by it. Next tip is to know the weakness of your class. And I find that this is a little more a tip that people don't really think about. They don't really think about what happens when they're not running Dead Silence or when they're not running Ghost. People tend to think about their class setup as, how can this help me, not how can this block the enemy. And that's what I mean by this. Know if you don't have Dead Silence, you should probably be crouch walking when you're up in the enemy spawn. Know if you don't have Ghost, as soon as the enemy calls in that UAV, which you get an audio cue for, enemy UAV inbound or whatever they say, back off and play it a little bit differently. You don't want to be in the same sort of area if you don't have Ghost. Know if you don't have Flak Jacket and the enemy team has someone using a battery with a war machine and a cluster. These are things you have to know and analyze, and your class setup should be something that is not just made for you, but it's made to block off your opponents. And that's why sometimes I'll create two versions of, if I'm going super try harder, or if you want to, you can create two versions of the same class setup, one with Flak Jacket, one with Tac Mask, and then depending on the specialist they're using, you can switch that up, or one with Ghost, one with Dead Silence. You know, it's something like, for example, that most people don't know, not using Dead Silence not only exposes you to enemies hearing you, it exposes you to enemies using the acoustic sensor, which is probably multiple every single game. That's why I pretty much always keep Dead Silence on in this game, just because if I don't have it on, the acoustic sensor is just too damn strong. I use it myself, but I don't want enemies to use it against me because that's just how good it is. So that's why I want to use it myself and block them off. So you see how I have both sides covered in the class stuff. Plus Dead Silence also makes it easier just for me to hear. Next tip is, when you're losing a gunfight, don't be afraid to back off, because healing is so fast in this game. Of course, if you have Stim Shot, it's basically instant. Even if you have anything else on, you can still heal so damn fast that if you are losing a gunfight, and you will have time in this game because of the slower time to kill, because of the 150 health, right? Basically, you'll know if you're losing a gunfight, you know, you start shooting the enemy, you hit them maybe once, they hit you a couple of times, something like I did right there. That gunfight, I waited a little bit too long. I should have got out of dodge there a little bit quicker, but you can see right as I died, I tried to run away, but it was just too late. I should have realized that was a bad gunfight to take because he was on a head glitch, and use that for my advantage to implement this tip, right? So don't be afraid to back off if you are in a gunfight, especially if you're on a head glitch or something. You can simply just go prone, heal up, and you're good to go. Next tip is to be ready when the game starts. Specialists, you can only have one person on each specialist per game. And as this game, and this is for objective modes, I think in TDM you can have two of each or something like that, but if you guys play objective, that's what I'm talking about. And be ready when the game starts, so as soon as it loads in, you know which specialist you're going to take, and you can take it from them. If you go up to get a snack or something like that right before you have a good juicy lobby, and you come back and you're stuck on something like the fire break, and you want to crash a recon, that's just tough luck. And those ones are getting popular. The good specialists are the ones that people want. Ruin, recon, these are super popular, so people are going to take them from you. Battery as well, you know, so you need to be ready when the game starts, and have that mindset where you need to snatch up that specialist. I usually get my specialist first, because I'm pretty much always ready when the game starts. I'm not going up anywhere, which seems like a dumb tip, but this actually can change the whole course of a lobby for you, you know? So it's something to pay attention to. And my last tip right here is going to be about operator mods and tier 2 attachments. Now, a lot of people assume that when they unlock an operator mod, or they unlock FMJ2 or Quick Draw 2, just because it has that elusive name around it as an operator mod or a tier 2 attachment, doesn't mean that it's always right for your class stuff. And what I mean by this is, I see a lot of people that as soon as they get the operator mod, I mean, they're testing it out, right? But they'll just stick it on that class and just leave it there. And operator mods, while they are good and they do work with certain playstyles and are overpowered in certain situations, I think we'll find out more, you know, as the game progresses and, you know, the timeline of the game progresses, people are testing out different things. I think we'll get more of a meta centered around what are the best guns, what are the best specialists and stuff like that. But as that progresses, you know, using a operator mod costs you basically 3 points out of your pick 10 system. Using a tier 2 of an attachment, I recommend tier 2 grip. I think that's the best tier 2. Tier 2 high caliber I also think are worth it, but some other things like tier 2 FMJ most of the time are not going to be worth it, so you don't want to be wasting points on that. My suggestion is, you know, operator mods, test them out, use them, but take it with a grain of salt that by using that, you might have to be giving up a perk or something that is crucial to your class setup. You know, you might be giving up dead silence and giving up gung-ho just to get your gun turned into a burst instead of an automatic. In reality, is that fun? Yeah, probably, but it's probably not worth it overall, and maybe you should have 2 class setups, one with the operator mod and one without. That's just a tip and something to pay attention to, definitely, when you are playing this game. Hopefully this video did help you guys out. I really do think these 7 tips are a little more in-depth and helpful. Once again, leave in the comment section down below. I love reading the comments about what you guys are struggling with, what like questions you guys have that maybe I can answer in a future video. I would like to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. If you guys made it this far in the video, you might as well subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Drop a like on this thing, and yeah, have a great night, guys. Like, I really enjoy making these videos, and hopefully you guys maybe learned a thing or two, or reminded yourself of a thing or two to help you guys improve at this game, because this game is really fun and I'm enjoying it. Have a great night. I'm out. Peace.